bring up stage for the second time the Professor Dayo-Adedapo of MIVA Open University for his keynote address. His profile will be played first, and then it will come up to speak to us. Thank you.
A visionary academic leader and a respected authority on digital transformation in higher education. As Vice Chancellor of MIVA Open University, he is championing expanded access, enhanced quality, and stronger employability through bold, technology-driven innovation. With a PhD in computer science and advanced global training, he is recognized by the National Universities Commission as an expert in open and distance learning. His leadership is reshaping the future of education in Africa, modernizing teaching, boosting enrollment, and preparing graduates for a rapidly evolving world of work. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Dayo-Adedapo Arulogun, Vice Chancellor, MIVA Open University.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It has been a wonderful session today, and as a professor, I've also learned here so much. But I've been asked to limit the time I want to spend with us, but I will quickly go over what I have. And what I'm talking about today is about culture, because most of the keynote speakers, they've talked about performance, people, and driving force. So, distinguished HR leaders, talent professionals, and change makers, it is an absolute privilege to stand before you today at this remarkable gathering of Nigeria's finest human resources, human resource minds. I bring you warm greetings from MIVA Open University, Nigeria's pioneering private open and distance learning institution, where we are not just educating students, we are reimagining what learning and talent development mean in the 21st century. To the organizers of the HR Talent Hub, thank you for this platform. To my fellow keynote speakers, Dr. Chizo Malis, Dr. Folashade Femi Lawal, and Mrs. Ayodeji Ajibola, and all the panelists, you've done very, very, very well. It is actually an honor to share this stage with you, and to everyone in this hall. And joining us virtually, you are the architect of Nigeria's workforce future. And let me tell us, whatever we do in our HR department, what decisions we make about people, about what culture we build, this will determine whether Nigeria will lead or lags in Africa century ahead. Today, I want to talk about something that keeps me awake at night. Just like how Bode Robert mentioned, not as an academic, not as a vice chancellor, however, as someone who is deeply concerned about Africa's future. And it is a paradox. We have the world's youngest population in Africa. And whether we like it or not, in the next 25 years, Africa will have 1 billion young people. Nigeria alone produces more than 500,000 graduates. Do we agree with that? Statistics are not wrong. And we had what open universities will be graduating in the next 3-4 years. That means we are looking at nothing less than 500,000, 600,000 graduates. So where do we keep them? So nonetheless, businesses cannot find the talent they require. The youth unemployment rate hovers around 40% before the rebasement. And the skill gap is widening rather than closing. Why? Why? Because we have been asking the wrong questions. We have been asking, how do we get talent? How do we find talent? We should be asking, how do we create talent ecosystems where excellence is unavoidable? That is what I want to talk about with you today. And the title of my keynote is The Future Ready Workforce, Building Talent Excellence Through Organizational DNA, a blueprint for culture as competitive advantage. The brutal truth about talent is that The half-life of skill is no longer more than 5 years. It's less than 5 years. If we all agree, the skills you learned in 2020, they are actually obsolete now. The marketing degree you earned, or someone earned in 2020, is actually, half of it is actually obsolete by now. The software engineer you've hired last year, AI is likely taking over his job. Is that not correct? Thank you. So what we're saying is that the management training you invested in, the models of leadership are just changing, are being rewritten. And here is what it means for all of us, everyone in this hall. It means you cannot create, you cannot recruit your way to excellence, but you must cultivate it. Let me repeat it again. You cannot recruit your way to excellence, but you must cultivate it. And organizations that will thrive are the ones where learning, adaptation, and growth are part of everyday rhythm, not an annual training event, not even quarterly or monthly event. What universities have always known for centuries are culture, where curiosity is encouraged. We must allow people to ask questions in organizations. Let them ask questions. Where failure is a learning process. What we should not allow is somebody repeating the same mistake the next time. Where discovery is routine, thinking out of the box every time, improving yourselves. And where growth is non-negotiable. If you are not growing, then you are going to be consigned to the dustbin of history. We know a lot of organizations that, because they did not grow, they are no longer existing. And that is what we call organizational DNA in action. And corporate institutions must urgently embrace this. The DNA question, organizational DNA determines everything. What thrives, what dies, who stays, and who lives. And there is a fundamental rule. And the rule is you cannot put excellence onto a toxic culture. It is not possible. If your culture punishes risk, innovation dies. If your leadership models burnout, awareness will collapse. If policy rewards silence, engagement will disappear. At MIVA Open University, because we are building Nigeria's first private open university, we are deliberate about our choice of DNA. We have chosen differently. Innovation over tradition. Tradition has its own place, but innovation is above tradition. Accessibility over exclusivity. Outcomes over credentials. As most of the panelists have mentioned, we need skills, not necessarily credentials. Agility over bureaucracy. We are removing every blockers from running our operations smoothly. This DNA influences how we hire, nurture, promote, solve problems, and track success. And I want to use this opportunity to say thank you to my people team for being excellent, people focused. Thank you, Dipo. Please give him a round of applause and his team. Cynthia, Muyo, Abibat, and Eugene. Thank you so much. The team is small, but they are actually very, very powerful. Yes, they are very, very powerful. Thank you. And I can also see our former CFO. Thank you so much for everything you have done. We've been doing very well since these people joined us. So let me quickly talk about the blueprints that can actually drive good culture in an organization. Hire for DNA alignment. That's the first one. Develop for excellence. Know your non-negotiable. Once you are starting, once you see a red flag, do not go with it. Recruit for values and mindsets. Train for skill. Excellence becomes predictable when the right people enter the system. And the second one is make learning part of the work, not a retreat, not an event. Daily learning through cross-functional work, rapid feedback, loops, mentoring, job shadowing, and experimentation can ensure that people are learning while they are working. Third, leaders must be culture architects. Leaders must be what? Culture architects. Your real culture is whatever leaders reward and model, not what is written on posters. If leaders stop learning, the organization stops evolving. And the fourth one is measure what truly matters, not just head count and training hours. Measure learning speed, innovation output, talent density, role mobility, and psychological safety. Psychological safety means, are your staff, are your people eager to come to work every day and reluctant to go home? The work environment must be safe for them. These indicators predict future readiness, the future readiness that we're already in. And then, Nigerian mandate. Nigeria stands at a crossroad. Opportunities is massive. The gap is equally massive. Our competitive advantage will not come from resources. It will come from the people we develop intentionally. Every HR leader in this room is a builder of Nigeria's future workforce. If we embed learning cultures, strengthen talent pipelines, and prioritize development over credentials, we will transform our organizations and our country. I will round up quickly. Culture is not what you announce. It's not what you put on the board or what you write in your policy. It is what you tolerate. It is what you reward. It is what you model. And it is what you reinforce every day. That is culture. So here is a challenge I want to leave with all of you. What is that one behavior, one process, one system that you will change tomorrow morning? I'm talking of Monday, not Sunday. To embed learning deeper into your organizational DNA, what are those things you will do? You can start small, but you must start now. Because the future we want for Nigeria will be built by the talent we intentionally developed today. So I want to say thank you for having me, and thank you for the remarkable event. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. You can start small, but you must start now. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep the round of applause going. Thank you very much, Professor.